Hello, everyone. Very good morning. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to another workshop in our virtual workshop series. I hope you've been keeping well and staying safe. And this being the last workshop for this year, I'd like to thank everyone for your extended support throughout this year. Thank you all so much for that. Now, let us do a quick audio and video check. If you can hear me, see me, and the slide deck that I'm sharing with you right now, please acknowledge the chat window on your left. All right. Thank you so much for the acknowledgement, guys. Let us just wait for a few more minutes for our software attendees to join the session. And while we wait for them, my colleagues will be posting the links to our social media handles right there in the chat box. Please do follow us and keep yourself posted on upcoming events and other workshops that we plan for the region. And in case you happen to miss any of our previous workshops, not to worry, we'll share the recorded link with you. You can have a look at it at your own convenient time. And even today's workshop is going to be recorded end to end, and we'll share that recording with you shortly after the session. All right. Let us just check if we have enough number of attendees. Perfect. So we do have enough number of attendees. So let me move forward with the session, starting with an overview of showtime. There are a couple of tabs towards your left. I'll point them out one by one, starting with the questions tab. If you have any questions during the session, please be sure to post them in the questions tab. This will help us answer all your questions one by one in an orderly fashion, and this also ensures that none of your questions go unanswered. And then we have the polls. We will be rolling out a few polls throughout this workshop. Please to participate in all of these polls to keep this workshop engaged. And here comes the chat window. We've already met there. If you face any issues with audio or video, please let us know through the chat window. However, if you face such an issue, I would suggest that you refresh your browser because majority of the times it tends to solve the problem. And last but not the least, we have a few handouts attached in the handout section. You can download them anytime before the session ends. The topic for today is streamline data collection with Zoho Forms. I'm John Wilfred, an evangelist with Zoho, so is my colleague Anjana, and we will be your host for today. On the Q&A, we have Nivedita, who will be answering all your questions, while your trainer Arshia is going to take you through the hands-on training session. And just before we start, ensure that you have signed into your Zoho account if you wish to mirror our actions. And you may need admin privilege to access certain features within Zoho Forms. Please do not experiment with any of the existing settings. If you wish to try something out, do create a test instance that you can probably get rid of later after this session. All right, so do we have any questions? All right, I do not see any questions. However, I do have a question for you, and that is going to be the first poll for today. So here it goes. It's a very generic question. So, what is your experience with Zoho Forms? Are you a new user, or are you a regular user, or have you never heard of Zoho Forms before? Okay, interestingly, we have a weightage for everything here. So we have new users, regular users, and we also have attendees who have never heard of Zoho Forms before. This session is definitely going to be an eye opener for each and every one of you because our trainer Ashia is going to dive deep into the concepts of Zoho Forms. Thank you all so much. Let me now quickly display the results. All right. Thank you all so much for your time and patience. Without further ado, let me now welcome Arshia to take the session forward. Arshia, the stage is all yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the workshop today. My name is Arshia, and I will be presenting this session. In today's session, we will address how you can simplify essential business processes such as data collection and processing using Zoho Forms, our online data collection tool. This session will provide you with an introduction to Zoho Forms, after which we will discuss how you can easily build forms with our drag and drop form builder, followed by which we can create forms using the pre-designed templates available within Zoho Forms. And then we will have a brief discussion on sharing our forms across different platforms, getting them across to our customers, staying notified and notifying our respondents and as well. And finally, integrating with other apps and services such as Zoho CRM and Bigin by CRM. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have our introduction to Zoho Forms. Zoho Forms is a no-code online form builder that helps businesses in collecting and collating data using both web forms and an offline mobile forms app for iOS and Android. The mobile forms app is compatible with both iOS and Android. It is an easy, intuitive front-end data collection tool that collects data and integrates it or transfers it with back-end apps for your teams to collaborate, analyze, and make decisions. We have the option of translating your forms into 16 different languages, which includes English, and you can configure up to a maximum of 10 languages per form. The simple user interface provides you with 30 plus field types. We have classified these fields into two types, that is basic and advanced. But to explain better the unique functions of these fields, I'd like to segregate them further into a few major categories. First, we have the choice fields. As the name suggests, these fields provide respondents with an easy way to choose between multiple options in any query. For example, under this category, we have fields such as the multiple choice fields, drop-down, matrix choice, decision box, and many more. Next, we have the the information fields. These fields can be used to collect information from respondents. For example, you can collect names, addresses, files, documents, or images, multi-lined answers to queries, and more. These information fields can be encrypted or marked as personal to protect your client's information. The calculation and transaction related fields can be used to simplify various transactions and payments. You can automate calculations within your forms with these fields and also provide your respondents with safe payment portals to send you payments. The date and time fields allow your respondents the option of selecting dates and times in their forms. These are especially useful when you are creating reservations, setting up bookings and appointments, and more. You can use the organizational and instructional fields to present your forms in a much more organized format and also provide instructions to your respondents so that their form filling experience is clear and less confusing. These instructional fields also make sure that your respondents do not drop out halfway through filling a form in case you have a long and complex form for them. Finally, we have the feedback field, feedback and interactive fields, which are crucial for both feedbacks and surveys and allow you to allow your respondents to rate your services as well as you to act upon it accordingly. So now we've had a brief look at the different fields inside our form builder. And since we've explored the basic tools we have, let's have a hands-on where we build a form ourselves. So I urge you to join me in this exercise as it will refresh you on how to build a form, and also to anyone new to Zoho Forms, this will be quite useful as an introduction to our form builder. So to do so, you need to first log into your Zoho Forms account, and on the top right-hand corner, you will find the New Form button. When you click on that, you have an option to create your form using a blank form or from one of the pre-designed form templates available here. We will discuss this further down the line. Today we're going to create your form using the blank form option. I'm just going to create a simple contact us form. I'm going to add a form name, and optionally you can type in a description as well and click on create. Once done, you see that our form builder opens up, and on the left here, as I mentioned before, you have all your fields listed out, the basic fields and the advanced fields as well. All you need to do to create your form is to drag and drop your fields into your form. You do not need any prior coding knowledge for this. So I'm going to drop the name field, an email address, a phone number, and a multi-line field. If you would like to reset the properties of these fields, you need to go into this little gear icon here on the right, and you can change things such as the field labels, add instructions that will be shown to your customers or your respondents. You can set the field size, as well as mark a field as mandatory if you want your respondents to answer that field before submitting a form mandatorily. As I mentioned before, you can also add privacy to your fields, such as marking them as personal or encrypting your fields to protect your client's information. You can also hide and disable your fields in case you realize that they are not necessary to be seen further down the line. You have many more options available here as well. Today, we're just going to change the field label and click on Save. And your field properties will be applied to your field. If you would like to get a preview of what your form looks like to your respondent, you need to click on the Access Form button here, and you'll be able to view how your form looks like and performs to your respondent. You can also set themes to your forms using the theme builder here with the help of this theme tab. You have a bunch of pre-designed themes from which you can choose, or you can also go into this customize form option and explore the theme builder and change up things like the form's background color and more. Once you're happy with the themes that you have set to your forms, I'm not going to get into themes today, but just apart from just changing the background color, you can click on apply, and your themes will be applied to your form, as you can see here. All right, I hope that was sufficient time for me to give you a short demo on building a form. I'll give you a minute to try it out for yourselves. I'll repeat the steps once again. To build your form, you need to log into your Zoho Forms account and click on the New Form button. You can enter a form name and add an optional description as well under the blank form option. Once your form builder opens up, you simply need to drag and drop the required fields. You can also change up the field properties with the help of the gear icon on the right-hand corner of your field. Once you're happy with your field properties, you can click Save. On the top right-hand corner, when you click on the Access Form button, you will be able to view your form as it will perform to your customers. You can also explore your theme builder, and we urge you to do so and explore the different themes available in your own time. We have a wealth of information available in our user guides, as well as support personnel to guide you throughout the way if you come across any issues. All right, I hope this was enough time for you to try out your form builder for yourself. So we'll move on to our next topic for today, that is creating our forms with the help of the form templates. So using the different combinations of the fields that we just spoke about, we can create forms for different purposes. For example, you can create reservation forms, contact forms, application forms, registration and booking forms, as well as lead generation forms such as newsletters, sign-ups, and trials. But if you prefer not to build your forms from scratch, you can choose from any of the pre-designed form templates available in our builder. Now, all these forms that I mentioned before and which are listed out on the screen are available in our form templates. And we will have a quick hands-on where we can explore our form templates now. So to explore our form templates, I'm going to go back to my home screen. And try to open up the form templates by creating a new form with these. So on the left-hand corner here, you will see that all the templates are listed out. These templates are listed out purpose-wise or industry-wise. We are covering industries such as human resources, medicine, construction, e-commerce, education, and more. There are also purpose-driven forms, such as personal forms, which cover your rental applications, RSVP forms, and forms dedicated to festivals, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. We plan on adding more festivals as well. There are also non-profit forms for you to choose from, and requests such as leave application and asset request forms. So I'll mention a few use cases for which you can use your forms. For example, if you own a hotel or a homestay, or you are in the hospitality industry, you can choose the room reservation form. Here you can see the room reservation form with a theme applied to it, as well as all the fields added to it. But you need to remember that all these forms are editable. You can remove or add fields and change up field properties, as well as the themes applied to the form, so nothing is fixed and it's customizable to your needs. If you are part of the service industry, you can have the service order form to choose from, where you can offer your services to your clients and respondents. For education industries, as well as people part of companies and organizations, we have application forms such as course application forms available for you to choose from, and course evaluation as well. Under human resources, you have job application forms, as well as leave request forms here under the request section. So you can allow your students or your employees to apply for leaves using this application form. Finally, for small business owners, you can use the forms under the lead generation forms, such as sign up forms, trial requests, event registrations, and more forms such as product inquiries and ebook downloads. You can also use the e-commerce forms to create simple order forms, allowing your respondents to order any of your products or services, as well as track delivery of any orders that they have made. If you would like to use any of these form templates, you need to click on the Use this template option here, and the form opens up in your form builder. As I mentioned before, these are completely editable. You can remove fields as well as add fields to this and change up field properties. And when you access the form, you will be able to see how your form looks like to your respondents. So I hope this was a good view at our form templates for you to choose from. These form templates are varied across different industries and purposes. And so now that we've learned how to build our forms with the help of the drag and drop builder, as well as using form templates, we will move on to sharing and notifying our respondents as well as our teammates. So you can collect form submissions from every corner with the help of various share options available by sharing your forms publicly, privately, as well as on social platforms, and embedding your forms into websites. So you can share your forms as public links on social media or to a target via email campaigns by sharing the public URL within an email. You can let your forms reach a wider audience, or if you would like to keep them private by sharing within a closed organization or to specific users to your teammates, you can use the Share Forms Privately option where you can share within an organization or privately to separate users. You can embed your forms on web pages and engage with your website visitors. You can also share your forms via QR codes, allowing your respondents to scan the code to access the form on their mobile phones. This is especially useful while you're participating in expositions, events, or pop ups where your clients and customers may not necessarily have a laptop on them. They can simply scan the QR code with their phone cameras and access their form via this QR code. So now that we've learned how we can share the forms and different ways we can share our forms publicly and privately as well, let's move on to notifications. You can create notification workflows that send respondents a timely SMS message, an email, or via push notifications on the mobile app whenever a form submission has been successfully processed. In SMS notifications, you can include details pertaining to appointments, reservations, tickets, and much more in the message body, providing your respondents with an easy channel to access any information via a simple SMS. With email notifications, you can configure an email workflow by configuring the email notification settings to suit your needs. You can add clarity to emails by providing contextual subject lines and corresponding messages in the email body. You can merge field labels to pre-fill the addressee's name and provide customer-specific details in your email. As you can see here in this image, I have provided customer-specific details within the email body itself so that your email is customized to each respondent. You can also format the style and content of your style and font of your content and text to fit your brand and make your emails much more visually appealing. You can configure rules to create dynamic email notifications that will be triggered when certain conditions are met. These can be customized depending on the form filled out or the choices your respondents make on a form. With these features, you can customize email notifications for specific situations and send relevant emails to both respondents and teammates. For example, you can send an email containing reservation details, including an invoice or an itinerary, once a respondent successfully books a room at your hotel or homestay. Optionally, you can send an SMS as well, containing booking ID and other immediate information for your customer to be able to access easily. Another example of these configuring rules would be to send an applicant, a job applicant, or a course applicant an acceptance or a rejection letter with relevant information via an email based on their application. You can send a copy of the email to teammates to keep them in the loop as well. You can also configure rules that will assign tasks to teammates based on the same conditions that cause the email notifications. That way, you can simplify and streamline two essential workflows, that is, notifying your respondents as well as your teammates in one go, and assigning tasks to your teammates as well. For example, you can simultaneously trigger workflows such as multi-level approval processes and assign tasks to the members of your team to analyze any submitted data and send in their approvals to this data as well. Finally, the email notification feature gives you several options to make life easier for both you and your respondent. For example, your email can provide respondents with an edit form link in case they want to modify their response or correct errors in their answers. You can also give respondents a reply to address in case they need to get in touch with you. If your respondents typically need a copy of their form, you can attach their form submission as PDFs that will be sent to them automatically upon form completion. So we've discussed how you can build your forms and share it to your respondents and notify both your respondents and your teammates upon form submissions or updates. So we can move on to the next topic in our workshop, which is the integrations that Zoho Forms has to offer. So Zoho Forms and some of its major integrations are designed to simplify many of your essential business processes, where Zoho Forms acts as a front-end data collection platform alongside back-end apps and services used to manage that data. Now, with the help of these integrations, you can reach out to your prospects, collect and process data from clients, and manage it with better insights. You can do several things such as running campaigns, providing better customer support, and closing your deals successfully. We have many third-party apps with which we have integrations. For example, Office 365, Google Sheets, and more, as well as many Zoho apps with which we have integrations, such as Zoho Recruit, Zoho Campaigns, Zoho Desk, and more Zoho apps listed here. Now we can categorize the integrations based on their functions. I have a table for reference here for you. For example, if your main goal is customer relationship management and customer accounts, the integrations with Zoho CRM and Bigin can help you with this. If you would like to elevate the support offered to your respondents or customers, you can integrate Zoho Forms with Zoho Desk. If your main issue is data organization and management and team collaboration as well, Zoho Sheets, Zoho Project, and Zoho Flow is the integrations for you. You can conduct many recruitment projects and close various deals with your clients with the help of the integrations with Zoho Recruit and Sign. And finally, you can conduct campaigns and track your leads and analytics with the help of the integrations with Zoho Campaigns, Sales IQ, and Paid Sends. We have all these integrations to be offered, but today we're going to focus only on one category, which is the customer relationship management, customer accounts and follow-up, under which we have Zoho CRM and Bigin. First, let's discuss the Zoho CRM and Zoho Forms integration. So using integration with apps such as Zoho CRM and Bigin, you can collect potential lead information and manage customer accounts as well. Zoho CRM in particular is an integration which is a two-way street. You can fill Zoho CRM records with form data. That is, you can eliminate manual data entry by pushing form responses into new or existing Zoho CRM records, or you can make it easier for your respondents to submit a form by pre-filling your form with data pulled from Zoho CRM as well. For example, to explain this two-way street, if your organization has held an exhibition or an event, you can collect leads during that event with the help of this integration by filling the Zoho CRM records with leads collected from this event. And further down the line, if you wish to act on these leads, for example, if you want to update them on new feature releases, subscriptions, or event updates and privacy policy updates, with the help of the email template option provided in Zoho CRM, you can send them an email containing your form link with their pre-filled values to follow up on the same. Hence, you can create a personalized form, pre-populate the names, and integrate it such that the existing fields, existing records of the customers get updated upon form submission. Now, upon integration, Zoho CRM allows you to perform certain actions. For example, you can add a new record. That is, the information entered in the form will be added as a new record into Zoho CRM account upon submission. Or you can add a related list that is notes, events, tasks, etc. will be added as related lists to an existing record. You can update the record with values of an existing record with the entries made in a form. And finally, you can perform actions such as triggering workflows, such as approval workflows and setting up tasks for your teammates, as well as sending emails upon form submissions and more. Now that we've had a brief discussion on what the integration with Zoho Forms and Zoho CRM has to offer, let's have a quick hands-on where we discuss the first part of this integration, that is integrating with Zoho CRM to put in lead information into your Zoho CRM modules via a Zoho form. Now to do so, I'm going to go into my forms. We're going to use the same form that we created previously. That is a simple contact us form. And we're going to integrate this form with Zoho CRM. To do so, you need to go into the Integrations tab on top here. You have all the integrations listed out on your left. I'm going to click on the Zoho CRM integration and click Integrate. So the Integrate with Zoho CRM page opens up and you need to select a module. Now your module, you have several modules within Zoho CRM. For example, you have leads, contacts, accounts, and many more. The module which you select will be the module in which your customers or your respondents' details fall under. Now, I would like to add my customer details as leads, so I'm going to select the leads module. You can select the layout. I'm going to keep it as a standard layout, and then map your mandatory fields as well as add other fields as well. So I'm going to map my company's name as the last name of my customer, and then the last name as well. Do not forget to set these as mandatory and add optional fields. I'm going to add a first name, an email, as well as a phone number. So all these fields which will be filled in inside your forms will be reflected under each column here within Zoho CRM. You can add more, you can map more fields if you would like, as well as set up these actions such as sending approval workflows and assigning tasks, adding attachments and signatures as well. For today, we're not going to touch the actions and we're going to do a simple integration. Once you're happy with your setup, you can click on integrate. Now, if I access my form and I'm going to fill in my information here, and click on submit, my information should be reflected as lead information within Zoho CRM. Now make sure that you are logged into your Zoho CRM account. This is the Zoho CRM dashboard, and on top here you can see all the modules listed out. We selected leads module, so let's go into the leads module. And upon refreshing, I can see that my form that I just submitted has pushed my data into the leads module in Zoho CRM. When I click on my lead, I will be able to view all the lead information inside the module, as well as add information to this later on. Now I'll give you a minute or two to try out integrating with Zoho CRM yourself. I will repeat the steps. To integrate your form with Zoho CRM, first create the form or select the form that you would like to integrate. When you click on the integrations tab, you have all the integrations listed out on your left-hand side. Select the Zoho CRM integration. Select the module and the data and the layout in which you wish to push your submission data into. Map the mandatory as well as the optional fields and click on integrate. When you access your form, to check if your integration is working and fill in the information in your form and submit it. Ideally, the information should open up as a lead inside your Zoho CRM dashboard under whichever module you have selected, whether it's a lead module, account or customer module or more. All right, I hope that was enough time for you to try out the first step of our Zoho CRM integration. So we can move on to our next step now. As I mentioned before, the Zoho CRM and Zoho Forms integration is a two-way street. Right now, we have discussed one way of that, and we discussed how to integrate Zoho CRM with Forms. And we noticed that upon successful integration, the form submission data was collected into CRM modules as leads or potential customers, after which it is up to you, the user, to use that information as you require. Now we'll take it a step further and discuss the second half of this integration, which is the Zoho CRM field within the forms. So what is the Zoho CRM field? It is a lookup field that helps you fetch data from the Zoho CRM module and pre-fill your form fields. Now, pre-filling forms with data simplifies the form filling experience for your respondents and saves time. You can also push form entries to related lists associated with existing records or update existing records in Zoho CRM using this field. So if you have collected leads, you can use this field to add more information to every lead that you have collected by sending them a form with pre-filled with their information that they have provided prior. So now that I've introduced the Zoho CRM field to you, let's get into a quick hands-on where we see how we can add a Zoho CRM field to our form. To do so, I'm going to go back into my form builder, and you will find the Zoho CRM field in the advanced field options here. Once you've added your Zoho CRM field, you need to map it to your form as well as Zoho CRM module. So I'm going to select leads module again because that is where I want to extract my information from. I'm going to keep my layout as standard. And this mandatory field option is very important because it is this information that your respondent enters that will trigger your form to pre-fill the rest of the data. So I'm going to select the last name. So if my respondent enters the last name, their last name, the rest of their information will get pre-filled into the form. If you select company and if your respondent enters the company name, the rest of their information will get filled in. And that is how it works. Next, you need to check this map fields to pre-fill values from Zoho CRM to Zoho Forms checkbox, and you will be able to map your fields. So I'm going to do first name, once again, last name. I'm going to also map the email and phone numbers as well. Once I'm happy with all the fields that I have mapped, you can click on Save. So when your respondent accesses their form and fills in this field here, their details will get automatically pre-filled inside. So let me try filling in my own information. As you can see, the rest of my data, which I filled in before, gets pre-filled here. Now you may be wondering if anyone can type in a last name and be able to access any client's information. That is not possible. Your information is encrypted. For example, the public share option in this form is not available. So if you share this form publicly, you can see that your Zoho CRM field will be disabled. So no one apart from your client will be able to access their information, and public sharing is not allowed. You can only share the forms containing Zoho CRM fields by a private link inside emails, and I will explain that further down the line. But for now, let's give you a few minutes to try adding your Zoho CRM fields to your forms. So I will repeat the steps that I mentioned earlier. You need to drag and drop your Zoho CRM field into the form of your choice by clicking on Advanced Fields. Once you've done so, you can select the module from which you would like to extract information from, layout, and the mandatory field. As well as map the rest of the fields that will be pre-filled. Make sure that the mandatory field that you have mapped is marked correctly, so that in case you would like your respondent to enter their company name, or whether you would like to enter their last name to trigger the pre-filling of the other fields in your form. Once you are happy with your setup, you can click on Save, and then you can share your forms privately via private link, which I will explain now. Once again, we have a wealth of user guide information to help you throughout this process, as well as support personnel to guide you in case you face any difficulties. So I hope this was enough time for you to check out your Zoho CRM field yourself. So we will move on to the next step, which is setting up data prefill from Zoho CRM's end and sending an email containing a form link. So as I mentioned before, you cannot share your form publicly. This is to protect your client's data and information, but you can share your forms containing the Zoho CRM field via private emails, which contain private sharing links of your Zoho CRM Zoho Forms containing the Zoho CRM field. To do so, you need to go into Zoho CRM, and under the settings icon here, you need to open up Setup, and under Setup, when you go into Marketplace, click on Zoho, and you scroll down and click on Manage Zoho Forms Integration. You need to check this pre-population of data toggle switch. Now this will enable the pre-population of data from the Zoho form from Zoho CRM. Once you have enabled the pre-population of data toggle box, you can go back into your leads module or whichever module that you have selected, and you can select all these leads and send an email with the help of an email template, or you can go into a singular module and send an email from here as well. So today I'm just going to send an email here to show you how this works. Once you click on sending an email, you can type in your subject as well as whatever information you would like to put into the content of your email. And then on the top right hand corner here on this drop down box, excuse me, I'll try that again. There you go. On the top right hand corner in this drop down box, you will get this option, which is the forms link option. When you click on that, you can select the form which you would like to send to your respondent, which will contain all their pre-filled data, and the form link will automatically get pre-filled here. And you can add a hyperlink text. I'm going to type in click here and insert. When your respondent clicks on this hyperlink text, they will be able to access the form link, and the form will open up with all their pre-filled data. I'm going to retype my subject matter here and click send. So my mail has been sent successfully. If I go into my inbox here, there you go. I'm able to access the mail that I just sent in. So your lead or your respondent will be able to access their forms via private emails that you have sent to them. And when they click here, their Zoho CRM field as well as the rest of their information will be pre-filled for them to then further ask you anything else or add more information to their field. So in this way, you can send forms containing pre-filled information to your respondents or leads or customers. So I will give you a few moments to try this out yourself or to just go over the steps that I have gone over with you. So as I mentioned before, you cannot share a form containing the Zoho CRM field publicly. This is to protect your client's information. You can only share it via private emails containing a private sharing link of your form. Now to do so, to send a private email, you first need to set it up within Zoho CRM. So you go into Zoho CRM setup or settings, and under marketplace, click on Zoho and then click on the manage Zoho Forms integration option. When you do that, you will be the page that opens up will trigger you to create a Zoho Forms account if you have not already. And if you already have a Zoho Forms account, you can simply click on the pre-population of data toggle box, which will allow your form to pre-populate data from Zoho CRM. Once you've enabled the toggle switch, you can move on to our next step. I'll give you some more time to have a look at this yourself, and then we can move on to revisiting the next step that we have done, which is sending an email containing the pre-filled form data. All right. So once you have enabled the pre-population of data within Zoho CRM, we can then send your respondents or your leads a private email with the help of an email template, or by just creating an email for each lead within the Zoho CRM dashboard. So to do so, you need to click on send email option in your leads module, and then type in your email's subject matter as well as the content. And in the drop down box, you can click on the option forms link. When you click on that, the forms link pop-up opens up for you. Select the form that you would like to link. Make sure that you select the correct form that you would like to pre-fill the values with. In the text to display, you can type in your hyperlink text, which your respondent will click to access their form, and click on insert when you're done. simply send the email. Ideally, your email should reach your respondent's inbox, and when they click on the hyperlink text, they will be able to access their private form containing the Zoho CRM field and all their pre-filled information so that they can update their information for you as well as send in new information for you to add into your leads or accounts module within Zoho CRM. All right, so with this, we have explored thoroughly the Zoho Forms and Zoho CRM integration. I hope that you were able to follow along. If not, you can definitely try it out on your own time. And we have the help personnel and user guides available to help you once again. So we can move on to the next part of our workshop and the last part, which is the integration with Zoho Forms and Bigin by Zoho CRM. So why integrate Zoho Forms with Bigin when we already have a Zoho CRM integration available? The only difference is that Bigin is a smaller, mini, or condensed version of CRM created by Zoho CRM, and it is targeted for smaller organizations, small businesses, and startups who are working on a limited budget and do not require any of the extensive features offered by Zoho CRM. It also provides a similar integration process with limited or restricted features at a lower price. So today we're not going to have a hands-on of the Zoho Forms and Bigin integration because it is quite similar to Zoho CRM and Zoho Forms integration. But I'm just going to give you an overview of this integration and what it has to offer. So by integrating with Bigin, you can automatically push form data into Bigin modules each time a new form entry is received. You can also trigger condition-based workflows in Bigin based on the responses to a form and add attachments such as signatures, file and image upload attachments, and PDFs of form submission when your form data is pushed into Bigin. The upsert record option lets you update existing records in Bigin with new values. Upon selecting this option, if a record with identical values exists in Bigin, it will be updated with new values. If not, a new record will be created in Bigin. And as you can see here, you can also arrange fields in the order in which the upsert should happen. Finally, you can collaborate easily and share forms via private emails, once again, as it was with Zoho CRM integration. Send records to your teammates for approvals and processing, receive file attachments from your forms, and get PDF copies of all your form submissions in Bigin. You can also add tags to your web forms to easily filter and find the Bigin record that you want. So with this, we have gone over how we can create our forms with the help of the drag and drop builder as well as form templates available in Zoho Forms. We have shared our forms with our respondents and also discussed how you can notify both your teammates and your respondents upon form completion and submission, as well as form updates. And we have also discussed how to integrate your forms with Zoho CRM, as well as gone over briefly the Zoho Forms and Zoho Bigin integration. I hope this was a good overview of Zoho Forms, and I hope that you will explore this product more in the future. This is me signing off, and thank you so much for joining today's workshop. I will now hand it over to my colleagues. Thank you so much once again.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Akshaya. Uh, Good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see you all again. I hope you all can actually see my screen. If it's possible, can you just acknowledge me in this chat box, please?
All right, sorry for the inconvenience. So while we wait for Anjana to join the session, let me just roll out a couple of polls here. All right, so Anjana's back.
Oh, fantastic. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
John. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the technical glitch which I had. Thank you, John. So, hi, guys. It's really nice to see you all again as well. And since this is our last workshop for this year, I hope you found this session pretty useful as well. I'm just going to run a couple of polls in here. So, hope you actually can see my screen. Fantastic. So, would your organization opt for Zoho Forms integration with Zoho CRM or with Bigin as per your specific CRM needs? This is pretty straightforward question, whether it's an yes or no. I'm just going to keep this poll open for some more time. And the last poll for today is, what feature would you need the most in a data collection platform with Zoho Forms? Fantastic. I actually can see the results in here, and most of them said yes as well, for the organization offers Zoho Forms integration with Zoho CRM or with Bigin. Great. So in today's session, as Harshia, she actually gave us a really good introduction about Zoho Forms, and she also explained about how to build a form with its templates as well. And we also saw the how and share and notify works within the Zoho Forms, and a few great integrations with Zoho CRM and Bigin as well. There were a couple of activities as well, so not to worry if you're not able to follow us. We have recorded this session. We will email it to you guys so you can actually try these activities in your leisure time. And as we have Nivi, who's our product expert, available, please pop in your questions in the questions tab. If nothing pops at the moment, not a problem at all. You can also email support@zohoforms.com. We are available 24 into 5. If you have any feedback in this session, please feel free to give us, because your opinion definitely matters to us. So once we exit this session, please make sure you actually answer those questions, and it will help us great. I once again take this opportunity on behalf of Zoho team. Take care, stay safe at home, and I hope to see you guys again. Take care.